This is the motor of a Delta. I'm sorry. Skill Saw that I got for 20 bucks, and it wasn't working. And the reason why it wasn't working is right here. These carbons, the brushes were stuck inside, and it were all the way to the end, and they were not moving, and so they were not touching the commutator. But this is a very interesting thing. I mean, if you had that little lip right there, this little, see if we can find it right there. See that little lip right there? Okay, if you straight that little lip out, you can take the brushes out and put new ones. It's a non-available product, so you can't find it anymore with that name. So you're gonna have to find it by the size. And but if you bend this little thing right here, got one on each side, so you can see right there. This thing focus right there, and then you can pull them out and put new ones in it. But this one still have a long life to go. Somehow they got stuck inside, and they were not moving. And this thing was all boo-boo, really bad. So I cleaned it up with a sandpaper. Just grab a sandpaper and go around, take all the black stuff under the carbon. And now what I'm going to do is I'm bring my tester and I'm going to check. I'm going to check this commutator, see if it's still in good shape. I'm probably going to have to use my both hands to do this. So, that's my tester right there. So let's put this on there and see if we have any shortage to the I'm sorry about the camera, but I'm holding the camera with one hand. Anyway, let's see. And this is one of the most important things you can do to be sure this is not it cannot be in none of them have to be having any connectivity at all. But anyway, that's one thing. And then this right here and this right here, very important too. And there has to be none of this. Okay. The other thing is these things, to be in a shortage. So we'll see how this is going to work. Hopefully it's going to be okay. And if you don't, I'm going to have to find some other solution. Because like I said, I bought it for 20 bucks. And the guy said that it wasn't running. Came with a blade and everything, so, but it's upside down right now. And it's a little nice, small, nice scale table. And it came with everything, and it's got the fence, little fence bar, and this angle thingy. So right there, it's more than $20 just right there in those parts. And so if I cannot get the motor running, all this part right here, the adjustment up and down is working, and that's the that plus the base plus the the top part. It's practically a saw for $20, and it looks like it's somehow, I don't know what they did. I really don't have no idea what they done, but it looks like they run this very heavy, or they left it outside. I really don't know. But anyway, I'm putting it back together and tested it and see how it's gonna work. So I show you guys after I finish with this, if the motor runs or not. We'll see. Okay, so here's some of the reforms that I have to do to this table, the scale table that I bought for $20, and of course, there you go, scale table, scale saw, and the inside here, the cutting area was a disaster. It was extremely big. This was have a huge opening right here. Anyway, I'm using a 7.5 blade right now, and I put a guide on the back, a splitter on the back, and I had to redo this new here because there was no way to do it with the other one. It came with a 10-inch blade, which really is strange, a small table like this. They put a big 10-inch blade on it, but I guess that's what it is. Anyway, so I did that, and it works very good. I actually did some cuttings, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. Here is this cut that I did. This is about 45 inches long, and I took a piece of one of those things here from a pallet to make it smaller, to make it less wider. And so one was not, I was normally taking, this is what I was taking, so much of it, each of them, this is how much I'll take. And then one of them was not, didn't come out right, so I said, well, let me try this and see what happens. And well, there he is. That tells you how accurate this thing is. Now, of course, using a smaller blade and having the blade under control makes a big difference. The fence, well, what can I say? This little fence right here, it you have to be adjusting it all the time here on the front and in the back of the blade, because it's not, it will never sit properly. So, and but anyway, it works pretty good. At least I'm trying to put some of the safety on it, which that's the whole idea. $20, okay, but I don't want to rip my head off with a kickback. I have an accident many years ago on a professional big saw in a place where I work, and there was a kickback, and in those years, of course, we didn't have none of this, even when it was a very expensive machine. So anyway, so I don't want to get hurt. That's pretty much the point of it. But anyway, so this thing here, the fence it's just it's a cheap saw, but for what I needed, it did pretty good. And as you can see, the blade is I think is pretty decent. Sits in there pretty good with a splitter. I made myself a little pusher, and this thing to do the pushing. And I see some that they were like $100 for it, and I said, no, I don't think so. So I got nylon screws in here, and I, you always have to do this piece right here, which is you need to adjust up and down to do the, if you're cutting whatever it is you're cutting, in order to make it even when you supporting that piece over there. So you need something to adjust on the side. And I made it one side thin and the other side thick, so I can turn it around and use one way or the other. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing with the saw, and it's a little messy right here right now. There's the Ryobi with the light on, and this is the rest of my shop right now. I'm working to see if I can make me a joiner with the planer. All my stuff is very cheap stuff and not expensive, so if you get damaged, I don't care. Here's the rest of it. I got a little saw in there, and I got a drill. So this is pretty much my shop right here. And this is what I'm working on right now. I'm using some pallets to make steps to get out of my RV, and I'm making it, I will show you in another video, but this is the beginning, and this is what I'm working on. And what I'm starting was this piece that goes in between right here, all the way, so I can fill it up and make it into a small area over there, other sides of the pallet. And of course I gotta do 2 steps, and and I had to fill up all the spaces right here and right there. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm doing, and yeah, that's what's the shop right now. It's getting little by little. I still have my tarp covering. Hopefully it's gonna hold, and if you don't, I throw another one on top of it. And so with the tools that I have, and these 2 free things that I got, practically one for $20 and one for in exchange for a job that I did. So little by little I make it work. And so this is the next, and that will be for another video. I show you guys what I'm doing. See, I can make this into a joiner, so we'll see. All right, this is a $20 skill saw that I bought in Facebook Market, and that I did some repairs to it, mainly on this. The motor was the brushes were bad, and I had some problems with it. And then this part right here was it was really bad. Came with a piece of metal. It was just this wide right here, and they leave this big wide opener right there. And it seems like it was part missing or something, or somebody did something with it. Anyway, I changed, and the blade, I put a 40 teeth. It's a 7 1/4 blade with 40 teeth in it, and it works very good. The cuts are really good. I don't know if I can show. There it is. Here's a cut that I did with it, and but the more interesting thing is a very quiet compared to, you know, the other blades with less tooth in it, it's just very, very, very noisy, and it sounds like a meal and a big um, blade on it. And so I did some adjustments. The next step is going to be to building an extension here, because one thing that I noticed is this is very bad idea where they put it over here. So when you're cutting, the piece end up hanging in here. So so it became more like a cabinet type of thing, you know. But anyway, so but it's working real good. It does a very good job. And I built myself this thing here. It's a little big for probably for this table. But the idea is I need something quick that I can build. I'm not gonna pay. I see him for like $150 made out of plastic. Really? Are you kidding me? So no, I'm not gonna do that. So I make this thing and I put some rubbers in there to hold it, and it's very practical. It works pretty good. It's heavy enough to keep it, so I don't have to put too much pressure in it, and it holds pretty good from there, and it keeps me from, you know, hurting myself. And it does have a few things that I need to adjust and fix, but you know, I'm not going to complain with it for the moment. And I had to do a few arrangements in it, and like moving this screws a little bit higher or something like that. This is adjustable, so you know, and but it's functional. It works, and of course I have that other thing that I showed you before, you know, that but mainly that's it. And then so it's a good that's the latest things that I done on it. And you know, I mean, for $20, you know, they selling this stuff in stores like Lowe's and Home Depot for like $500, $600. I mean, really, you know, it's like. And I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh yeah, well you get what you pay for." Yeah, well, you get what you pay for $500. I guarantee you that these things are manufactured in China, and I can tell you right now, they're garbage. This thing is plastic right here, and it's deteriorating in a lot of areas. It cracks very easy, so you got to be very careful what you do with it. Try to, if you get one, be sure that this is out of metal and not a plastic, because like I said, it's just not a good idea. Anyway, this is aluminum, of course, but it's very tiny, very small, and if you want to cut something a little bit long in here, you're just gonna have things falling in the back. So, but besides that, you know, for $20, I can't complain. I mean, you know, it is what I need for my shop, and it does the job, and it helps me to cut stuff. And so that's it. Very much, this is what I wanted to end the video right here. And as you can see, you know, it can be done. You know, it's not probably the high quality, blah blah blah. Who cares? In the meantime, that's the functions for you that you need. That's the main thing. You know? And this one, I fixed the motor, changed the blade, put a blade with more tooth in it, and that's the work. And that's what it's all about. So thank you guys for being here and supporting my videos and my channel. Thanks.